Refreshing.
Oh wait, we're live right now?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh, I didn't know.
Mute that. You better mute that, yo. Come on, professional.
I thought you were just okay. Well, hi everybody.
Hi everybody. I caught him. It's like he was in the shower. Ooh, don't look at the naughty bits.
Oh man,
I shouldn't have seen this.
Yeah.
It's the secret behind the scenes world of Boomzies.
So we're 18 minutes late, and I have no idea what's going on.
You know, they don't care.
Yeah,
they love us anyway. Here, they love us anyway. Welcome everybody to Boomzies. I am Brian,
and I'm Landon.
And tonight, confused Landon. Yeah. But still with us here. Way to be. Way to be.
Yeah.
A confused Landon. Yeah. But Brian looks at Landon in the shower. You heard it here first, folks. Yes, indeed.
Oh, bitch. Every time.
First tonight, we're going to be talking about the Black Friday deals. The madness, the tears, the steals, the blood, the gore. Everything Landon and I went on this Black Friday.
It was a merry pummeling. Of your fellow consumers.
And then afterwards...
Beat them into submission.
You beat them into submission?
Yeah. Just boom! I want that TV that I didn't even get.
Yeah. You're a monster.
Violent, yeah.
You're a monster.
It was an interesting line. Yeah, and then finally Thanksgaming, essentially.
Thanksgaming.
Yeah, so we've got 10 games on our list of games that we're very thankful for a variety of reasons. Yeah. So call in and tell us your once we get to that point, start thinking of your favorite games or what you're thankful for, what pushed the industry into a way that you are appreciative of, etc., etc.
Sengoku 3 they mentioned.
Fun stuff.
Sengoku Not now. 3 is hot. Hot. Yeah. So anyway, let's get right into the meat of what we've been doing. Yes, what have you been up to this week, Landon? Tell the fine folks.
This week, no slide for it, but I'm still playing Skyrim. I can't stop. Like, it's fun. I need to play more of it, but yeah, pretty much Skyrim. Skyrim. My dad was in town, had Thanksgiving. It was a very nice Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, who totally trolled up the show last week.
Landon's dad again. Yeah. I can't love him that much. I want that shaman promoted. More shaman.
Yeah, God, too much. Quit.
Love our viewers.
See, I had a really nice Thanksgiving. I don't see my dad too often, just pretty much on holidays as he lives out of state. So it was nice.
He's a secret agent.
Yep, secret agent.
Secret agent man.
Yep.
Secret.
It's his ringtone.
Agent man.
So I got him I didn't get him, but I talked him into it. He has an iPhone 4 now. Not the 4S, he just upgraded to an iPhone 4. He's never had a smartphone, so...
He's never had a smartphone?
Yep, so this is his first
Whoa. Smartphone. He's going into a new world. How does that hope?
Bless you.
Whew.
I always sneeze twice.
Really?
In fact, yeah.
I sometimes do the twice, but I usually have the one big one.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, first time having an iPhone, so he likes it. He's getting along with it pretty well.
Minecraft is the official antidote for Skyrim. At least that's what John the Dominator says.
Yeah.
Besu. Thank you, Espa. Thank you, everybody. So, other than that, that was about it?
Skyrim and Thanksgiving. Like, pretty straightforward. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah.
You're just easy to please, aren't you?
Yeah. That's it. I got a good game, I stick to it. So...
Yeah. Well, Skyrim's an interesting game. We won't go down that road again.
Shut your face.
But I've been playing a couple things this week. First of all, got this in the mail. Finally, Dodonpachi Resurrection UK game. They ported this to the Xbox 360 in the UK, and it's region free. Well, I wouldn't say region free. You can't play in Japan, but it's playable here in the States. And I'm a sucker for the Dodonpachi series. Great game, amazing. You love the shmups. It can go online to play for all the billions of people who have it, but great, amazing game, and it's only $40, so you can go online, especially for all the cave games I've imported. That's with shipping. It was like $44 for shipping or something, but then. Yeah, really
that overseas
for
shipping
the price,
kick your ass.
Especially like buying these Japanese shooters import, they can cost you $80-90 easy. So for half the price for a great game. Awesome port, mini modes could go into it, but
it's a shmup. Right?
It's a shmup. One of the best ones I've played so far. Great one. Got it. Get it. Got it at the Hut for under $40. Nice, Samurai. Very nice. And then the big thing this week, Batman Arkham City. Thumbs up to Batman Arkham City. Look at it. Let's have the thumbs come together. In agreement. Woo. That ruined it. That totally ruined it, man.
Sorry.
Woo. Yeah. Yeah.
We agree.
Anyway, but
It's badass.
Absolutely amazing game. The game Skyrim wishes it could be.
That's not true. Skyrim is still fantastic.
This game, it's so concentrated because you're in the city. You don't have to walk around for 10 miles like in Skyrim and be bored.
You're not bored.
Graphically, you look better.
It's not
better voice. Tons graphically.
It's
amazing
different
looking
experiences. Skyrim is a gorgeous game.
Voice acting 10 times better because Kevin Conroy, because of Stephen Blum, because of Mark Hamill. You got that, Skyrim? Don't think so. Batman's got that. But yeah, I've been loving the game so far. I've got I don't know how many hours I got into, but very much well worth it.
Yeah. It's badass.
Well worth
No,
the game.
I definitely. I mean, can you agree? Game of the Year contender.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Game of the Year contender, certainly. They took everything from the first one, made it better, improved upon it, and made it even more awesome. So, those are my main two things I've been playing this week.
Yeah.
So
I dig it. Yeah.
Can you dig it?
Yeah. I wish I was playing more stuff, but Skyrim's enough for me. Yeah. You're
That's
an ass.
I didn't say anything.
No, you didn't have to.
anything.
You didn't have to.
That's right, Spock. Conroy's the best Batman in my opinion. Darn right he
Best
is.
Batman voice.
Best Batman. I'd say.
in my opinion,
I would say even better than. I mean, some laughable Batman like.
Look, dude hates Christian Bale.
Like Christian Bale's Batman.
That's just all.
I'm Batman.
He hates Christian. I still like
This is
Christian
my
Bale.
Batman.
I like Christian Bale.
I've just eaten 10 pounds of gravel. I'm Batman.
What?
I'm really trying to sell this and make it seem like I'm bad, but I'm not.
That's not Batman. Weak sauce. Weak. Absolutely weak. So anyway.
Yeah, whatever. Such a...
It's true. Do you guys not agree with me?
Yeah.
Do you guys not agree with me here? God. Oh, sorry. You got to head off. Hey, thank you,
showing
Emo.
up,
Thanks for
at
showing up. Catch the after. Catch the recordings. Yeah, the throat cancer makes a good Batman.
I like the Michael Keaton knock here.
At least Christian Bale's voice is different than his Bruce Wayne. God, Michael Keaton. Hey, don't bag on Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was
he's
a great
he's still a
Batman.
good Batman, yeah.
Planet of the Great I love you, man, but let's not bag on Michael Keaton.
Whatever.
Poor guy had to deal with multiplicity in these other terrible movies afterwards. I mean, let's let him rest in peace, okay? Calls are allowed now, of course. Yes, if you'd like to call us about anything, you can call us on the wonderful Boomzies phone, 316-778-0730, or on the Skype phone, Boomzies. Add us on there if you're not already. So let's get into the first topic of the night, which is
Black Friday.
Black Friday. Woo! Woo!
My
Oh,
woos.
we're getting a call
Yeah.
from Eddie Ruckus.
Yeah.
Let's get this boy in here. Hello, Eddie Ruckus. Are you there?
He's not there. Hello.
Someone there.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Kind of.
Can you hear us?
I
Good.
heard a whisper.
This is Batman.
This is Batman.
Okay.
I can't hear
I
you.
see what he's doing.
Yeah, isn't Christian Bale's Batman's voice ridiculous?
Yes, it is. But I'm
It
glad
is.
you guys are talking about my voice.
Does it make you happy?
But I can't hear you guys on the Skype. You guys might want to check that out.
Whoa,
No.
hold on. Oh, can you hear us now? No?
Okay.
No.
Huh.
So that's why your reaction is delayed.
Yeah.
Ah.
Figure it out. Our Skype always
You
sucks.
guys keep up
Whoa.
the great stream. Keep the stream up.
We're
for
getting a
justice.
call on another phone.
We're so prepared tonight.
We are so prepared tonight. Well,
See
thanks,
you guys
Eddie,
later.
for...
Keep up the great stream.
See ya.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're on a roll tonight.
We're on a roll
This
of
is-
failure tonight, everybody.
Yeah,
That's
episode
all right.
22 is the
That's
one
all
that.
right.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyway, Black Friday.
Yeah.
Tell us all about your experiences.
Okay. Well, I was at a Target. I was at Target about 9:45, 10 o'clock ish. A friend of mine was wanting to get that front page TV deal. That Westinghouse
Yeah.
is a 46-inch for under $300, and a nice deal. But freaking everything's open at midnight, and it's just a huge difference in turnout from a 4 a.m.
Yeah.
turnout to a midnight turnout. And where at a 4 a.m. turnout, showing up 2.5 hours or more early is plenty fine, but a midnight turnout is just stupid. So
It's
we
insane.
were still decent linked back, and we weren't able to get the TV for him. But what I picked up was some 3-month Xbox Live cards for $8 a piece. So that's a pretty good savings. They're normally $25. Other than that, it was such a light shopping day for me. Like there wasn't as many deals that I felt like I had to get, and a lot of the stuff that was on sale I already owned. But X-Men First Class,
how much?
$10.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a Blu-ray and digital copy. I saw this in theaters. I really enjoyed this movie.
I want to see that. I still have not
good.
got the chance to see that.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Horrible Bosses, another good movie.
Really?
I think it was $11.
I look at that, and to me, nothing says amazing about that.
Charlie Day is hilarious.
Who?
Charlie Day, center guy. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Really funny guy.
He's like, really funny guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, really funny guy. Yeah.
He is. He's really funny. You got Jason Sudeikis in here. SNL does a fantastic job.
Who?
Jason Sudeikis. This is the reason why you look at this and don't understand it, because you don't know any of these
that's that
people.
guy who's on it. Yeah, he sucks.
No, he doesn't.
He's new SNL. He sucks. Oh wait, we gotta call the Boomzies phone here. Let's see. We're gonna. Hello, you've called the Boomzies phone. Who are we talking to? Hello?
Is your phone working?
It should be.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Is it working?
It's working.
Can you hear us?
Does it work?
Huh?
Okay, clearly he can't hear us.
Clearly. Hello? Can you hear us?
Yeah. I can hear you now.
You can hear us over the phone? Over the Skype?
Alright. Yes, I can hear you.
Alright, he can hear us. It's not us. We're not crazy. So, Alex, what do you have to say?
Yep.
He's hearing us through the...
Oh, you're hearing us through the cast. See? Huh.
Your Skype actually works for once.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't work right.
Well, I'm a PC gamer at heart, so one program that usually is dedicated for PC gamers is... Well, I'm just saying I use a program, Steam.
Steam? Yeah, this is terribly delayed.
This is bad.
This is bad.
This is bad.
We're gonna hang up because...
So.
Well, actually, you're gonna hear this delayed. Tell us what you want to say. And then we'll just sit back and wait.
And over the past few weeks, Steam has had some pretty much amazing deals.
We're so far away. Alright,
this is really bad. So,
right. Well, Steam's had some pretty amazing deals this week.
Sweet.
Like, just yesterday I bought the entire GTA franchise, 1 through Liberty City, for $10.
Okay.
Like, they're doing a whole holiday event from like the 23rd to the 27th.
we're gonna hang up now because they Skype is not working. Skype is not working, ladies and gentlemen. So scratch the Skype.
Yeah, no, sorry.
No Skype calls tonight.
It works one time out of like 30 episodes. We're not even to 30, and we're only gonna get it used once.
So anyway, with the rest of what you bought.
Yeah,
sorry,
sucks.
phones only, folks. 316-778-0730.
But yeah, to finish, check out Horrible Bosses. It's a funny film, even though he hates everybody in it. So
no, there's a
what? You gotta look at it. You gotta
Colin
read the names.
Farrell.
Yeah, and he's a pretty hilarious dude in there. Really surprising role. Jennifer Aniston's role is really ridiculous too. Really surprising.
Oh, we're getting a call on the Boomzies phone.
Is this landline?
Hey, you called the Boomzies phone. Who are we talking to? Hello? Hello?
God damn it.
Okay.
We suck.
So,
we're terrible, and this is...
We do suck. We do suck, yeah. So anyway, next movie.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, God.
I don't even... I feel terrible.
I do too. And strike 3, they all say, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, Star Wars episodes 4, 5, 6. It was on sale at Best Buy. And are you trying it one more time? Trying it one more time, maybe? No? Yes? No?
Hello?
There's no strike 4s, but...
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear us?
I think your phone's broke. Your phone don't work.
Wow.
Your phone don't work.
That's really sad. Okay, so continue, Landon, with
Okay.
this wonderful show.
Yeah, okay. All right. Star Wars episodes 4, 5, 6 on sale at Blu-ray on Blu-ray on sale at Best Buy for $30, and I went ahead and picked them up because I understand that they're the crazy screwed with editions, but
Suck.
at $30 it's the good films that
Suck.
I enjoy. I will go back and rewatch these, and
Suck.
they're gonna look fantastic on Blu-ray, even though they're gonna have the additions to
Suck.
it. They're still gonna look fantastic, and I will enjoy them.
Suck.
They're not
It's
suck.
it's the thing about those. I can't do it. I can't do it. They suck.
So if you're gonna sit down and watch a Star Wars, you're going to go back to the VHS.
Or Laserdisc. Yeah. No.
So you're not going to watch
That-
Star Wars again.
Okay, I'll
That's
put
basically
let
what
me
you
just let me
said.
put a good analogy of what the new Star Wars are like. It's like walking through a green meadow, and then every now and again walking in the landmines of dog turds.
But so you're not.
Or I
you're
could
not
walk
gonna,
on the path with no dog turds.
Look, but
I don't
literally,
want to walk in the dog turds.
you're not going to go back to a VHS or a fucking Laserdisc to watch these. So you basically said you're just not going to watch Star Wars again in your life.
I'm not going to watch it on the Blu-ray with the terrible editions. No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Whatever.
I do
Whatever.
not think so.
I enjoyed them. Got them on sale.
Well, I'm sorry.
Cool.
I apologize.
Whatever. I hate you so much. Some nights.
We are in tech problems. Brought to you by Charmin. Exactly. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll try the phone again. It might work. I don't know. We can always go there. Well, as far as deals, for me, Black Friday, I went to Walmart at 9:15 with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law.
How far back were you?
We were in here. I've actually got a picture of the insanity here that I took. There it is. There's me. Well, there's not me, but I'm taking a picture. This is in the children's section. They had everything sectioned off weird.
Right.
All the electronic stuff was not in the electronics.
That's the way everybody does it. though.
They put some of it in children's, some of it in other sections. There was
you
some
get a map?
electronics in... Oh, I didn't get a map. I just know what I wanted. This is the games.
They handed out maps at Target.
Oh, well, there's maps at Walmart too. Yeah. So anyway, I'm sitting back there, and my mother-in-law's going for some sheets. My sister-in-law's going for something else, and I'm going for the games. I wanted Batman Arkham City. So before it starts, there's a lady in front of us that's like, "I'm going to get Batman Arkham City, and none of you are going to stop me." So they
And
started
you're
at
like,
10.
Ogre Crush.
Ogre cry.
I'll get in my belly. That's what I told her. But yeah, she said, I'm going to get these games. And essentially what happened was, about 9:55 hit, and I'm playing my DS just to
Right.
pass by the time. And 9:55 hits, it's not even 10. I'm like, okay, go. And I'm like, oh, And so I start running, and these, I don't know if you saw the red cardboard gondolas that hold all these
Right,
games.
right.
Yeah, those lasted about half a second.
Yeah.
Until everybody just went, and it's just a mad grab.
Yeah.
No one knows what they're getting. It's just,
Yeah.
and they're getting like 50 copies of the same thing.
Walmart organizes it shitty. That's why I didn't even bother to go to Walmart. I went to Target.
Why?
Target organizes.
Yeah.
Target takes you in. They hand out these ribbons and split you up. So it's like every 30 people, then you get a ribbon, and then you let a group in. Then you wait 15
Oh.
seconds. Let a group in.
See,
wait
that's
15
smart.
seconds.
That's smart.
Nobody
See,
gets
they-
trampled.
Yeah. So anyway, about 30 seconds into this big cop, he's yelling at everybody. He goes, "Everybody get back!" Okay. We gotta call the Boomzies phone. Let's see if this works. Here we go. Let's try it. Hello? Hello?
It's not working. Your phone's shit. Your phone is shit.
That hurts.
What? Saying your phone's shit?
Yeah.
It's not
It's a
working.
nice phone. It's a good phone. It's worked really well in the past.
It's not working tonight.
You hear them? Wait a second. You hear them? They said they heard them. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing. Okay, so anyway, guy tells everybody to get back because there's people getting trampled. And anyway, I told my mother-in-law when she got there, she wanted the $200 laptop,
Right.
the compact. I said, you're not going to get that. And she's like, well, I want sheets. I'm like, well, you get the sheets. There was a battle in sheets.
Yeah.
Sheets!
The weirdest shit people will freak out over.
Like 600 count Egyptian cotton thread sheets. This one gal was in front and says, I'm getting this whole stack. And no one could get sheets. And there was a brawl, and they had to call the police over sheets. And guess what? My mother. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, that's the other, like, I'm a spokesperson for Target tonight. Target limits the amount, the quantity that you can get of individual things, too. So you can't just walk in and grab a whole stack of them.
Has to be the mic, because we can hear them, they say. They say they can hear them.
They say it was very, very faint, though. So.
Maybe it's the fact that I'm not hearing. I want to put both headphones in. Maybe
no, I had put them both heads in.
You had nothing. You didn't hear nothing. Okay.
Are you sure our plug is plugged in all the way? Is it tight?
Oh, it's tight. Oh, it's nice and tight.
That's what.
Okay.
Sorry.
So anyway,
yeah. So they limit at Target.
They limit. Okay. Well,
sounds like Walmart news.
She ended up though. The laptops were ticketed items, and she got 2 tickets for it. She got one, and her daughter-in-law got one. My sister-in-law.
Right.
And I waited in line with her, and we got the laptops. So I thought that was awesome. But as far as deals I got at Walmart, let's see here. I did get some. Boom. Did you answer it?
It's not working. No.
You didn't answer it?
It's not working.
We were going to test to see if maybe it'll work. Maybe it will
well,
work.
call back then. I thought we were not messing with it. Okay, talk about your
I am the phone person. Don't you touch my phone. Don't you call my phone crappy.
Talk about your other underwear.
So anyway, I got some Hanes tagless shirts, which are great, for $5, $4.88, which is really good. So, good deal on that. But then also, see, the other thing was, because I had been on... Oh! Okay. Okay, they called and hung up right away. Okay, I hear it from here. So anyway, because I've been buying the Charmin Fresh Wipes, the Fresh Mints, I have a new lease on life. Okay? And I felt that it was my duty, no pun intended, to start a fresh start in every way. Because I have new Fresh Mints. So I thought, why not some new underwear? Some briefs from Hanes. Because I like them. They're really good.
Excuse me. Nothing about this cast is going to work tonight. That's all there is to it.
So anyway, like I was saying, there is these Hanes, the briefs, 4 instead of 3, which is a good deal, I think. But now that Landon's gone, let us talk serious, boys and girls. See, because I thought if I'm going to start a fresh lease on life, why not have fresh underwear to go with it? You know what I mean? With the Fresh Mates. So, and I'm a briefs person. Really? No, I'm all about them briefs. I like the support, okay? I like a little support, if you know what I'm saying. Boxer briefs don't give me support. The briefs, they give me support. You know what I mean? Because when I'm doing my thing, I don't like all the cash and prizes to be jiggling around, if you know what I'm saying. Because that's just not cool. That's not cool at all, man. So,
I think every episode you're going to find something stupid to talk about. Just Charmin Fresh
briefs are stupid?
Yeah.
Supporting
to talk
the
about
most
here?
important part of my body?
To talk about here.
I think not. Charmin Fresh. But it ended up that we went into the store, and at the end of one of the aisles, at the end of one of the checkouts, people would return 2 sheets. We got the sheets for my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, which made them happy. But the best deal was that I went to Best Buy after we were all done, like at about ball support is important. Talmain, 1981, yes, which I think is Eric. By the way, ball support is very important. But we ended up going to Best Buy, and they had Batman Arkham City.
Yeah.
Tons of copies.
Yeah.
For $30 with the Robin download. And
they still do, like, the day after.
Yeah. And I'm like, why did I wait at Walmart? So I got that. But the best deal I got all week was not at a Black Friday sale, but it was at a GameStop. Went to a GameStop, was looking at some of their deals, and somebody came in, was trading in some stuff, and was trading in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. And GameStop was giving $30 for it. And so he was telling the guy up front, he's like, 30's alright, but I'll sell it to you for $35. the GameStop worker. The GameStop worker's like, yeah, I got Skyrim. And you can see the guy's like, I don't want Skyrim. You know, he was smart. He's like, I don't want that crap.
Whatever. Skyrim's badass. Quit bashing on it all
I don't
night.
want that
all
crap.
night.
God, I don't want any of that. So, well, he wanted to trade it, and I just went behind and said, I'll buy it for $35. So, bada bing, bada boom. What do you know? Got my Skyward Sword for $35.
It's a fun game.
Great game.
Yeah.
Amazing game. So, that was probably my best deal just because it was one of those things. I'm a big shopper. I like just going and shop physically. I do like the Cyber Monday, but nothing beats going to a store and shopping and getting these good deals. So, yeah, try it again. I think we do have it working. You might try it. Try the phones again. As always, of course, our phone, not our Skype because it's not working, is 316-778-0730. So, all in all, great day after Thanksgiving still. Great Thanksgiving with the fam. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So,
that's cool.
That's all I have. That's all I got, man. So, shall we get into our main topic of the evening?
Yeah.
Main topic of the evening, as we were saying, Thanksgaming.
Thanksgaming.
The games we're thankful for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's try it. Cross your fingers.
Hello? Hello? So they're saying they can hear them. Hold on. Testing, can you... Hello, hello?
That seems really loose over there, man. The adapter. I don't know.
Can't hear them. Can't hear a thing. So our phone isn't working, folks. Sorry about that. I have no idea what's happening.
Just power through.
Power through, everybody.
Thanksgaming. What is it?
Yes, Thanksgiving. We're talking about the games we're thankful for. The games that changed the landscape
Either our
of
industry
gaming.
or
our
our
industry,
lives.
our personal lives.
Yeah, what we...
And, well, just those games that affected us, or we thought without them, video games would not be the same. So, we are going to be reading a lot more chat now since we can't take the phone, so we will read that stuff. So, let's start out
To
with
clarify, these are in no particular order.
no particular order. And this is not a top 10 list.
No,
This is not our top 10 games. This is just a 10 games we feel have changed us or changed gaming, had an effect on us. Eric, you can try to call, sir. You can certainly try. You might try to call me on my normal number, which he knows, and none of you other people know.
Give it out if you want.
No. I'm not giving my number out to these crazy people. So let's start out with the first one here, alright? The first game we're talking about here.
I like those guys in the overshirts nailed it before it even popped up. So
Nailed it.
Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid, yes, Landon. Talk to me about Metal Gear Solid, sir. What to you says Metal Gear Solid?
Well, for me, it was kind of. Is this must be him? Yeah.
Let me see if it works here.
417 area code, Springfield, Missouri.
Hello? Are you there, Eric? Hold on a second. Don't hang up. Eric, are you there? Okay, I can hear you here, so I'm going to plug you in. Hold on. You can't see this, is he? Eric, you still there?
Hello.
Hey!
Holy crap. All
Holy
right.
crap! What's up, Dubaj?
Hey, flip this back.
Hello.
Hello? Can you hear us?
It went away.
And it went away. Magically it worked and now doesn't. Huh. Wow. Anyway, so talk to us.
Yeah. Okay. As far as for me, Metal Gear Solid, I think it was kind of one of those games where Hideo Kojima kind of taught developers that you don't have to only be innovative just by graphics and level design,
Right.
but just by really fun, quirky, weird things. For instance, the Psycho Mantis battle, where Psycho Mantis in the fight, he could read all of your moves,
Right.
And the only way to essentially he was invincible. The only way to really take him out, pull your controller out, plug it in port 2, and take him out that way. It's just kind of a really weird. It broke that fourth wall of gaming, you know?
Right.
He's calling you out. He's like reading
different.
your memory cards, and it just overall.
You like Castlevania?
Yeah. So it's like overall, it's such a solid game, anyways. But then it had that weird Hideo Kojima.
Well, the storytelling
quirkiness.
and the voice acting. I mean, the presentation. I had never played a game up until that point that had the presentation, the cutscenes, the story, and the voice acting. For me, it was the whole
package.
Yeah, whole package, the whole cinematic package.
But it's and just nailing it with that weird Hideo Kojima quirkiness, you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Okay. Take two.
Keep trying it.
We're gonna keep trying this phone thing. Can you hear us? Nope.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, boys and girls. I have a way we can fix this. When you call up, at least for tonight, when you pick up and we say hello, just start telling us your favorite or games that you feel changed the landscape of video games, and then when you're done, we'll just hang up.
Yep. Quick, concise.
There you go. So anybody who wants to call up, go ahead and do that, and we'll take your call that way.
Say your name too. Just say, hey, this is so and so. This is a game that I really think is important
There you go.
for this reason.
Do it, call. Go ahead and do that. We'll keep your call back. Say your name and just say, hey, yeah, this is so.
We're here, Eric. We're hearing us over the phone.
Do it, call.
God.
Oh boy. So anyway, never mind. I'm just cutting off the phone. I'm unplugging it. I'm giving up. Really, seriously.
Episode 21 was so smooth.
Suck. Ah.
21 was smooth. 22, rough patches.
Lots of rough patches, like landmines. Anyway, so Metal Gear.
Badass, buy it.
Yeah, awesome, great.
Yeah, what would you have on your? What is your?
Mine was
series?
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Right.
The game that got me back into gaming. Before Castlevania, I was kind of not that much into gaming. After Genesis, I had fallen out of gaming, and thanks to Eric, or Talbane81 in the chat here, he was the one who brought me over to his house one fateful Friday night, and I literally watched him play Symphony of the Night for hours. I watched him play and was just blown away like, oh, wow. And ever since then, I've been in love with games.
That's cool.
So without Symphony of the Night, that experience that just so greatly affected me, I don't think I would have been in games the same.
Kind of solidifies your guys' friendship. Too.
Exactly. Symphony of the Night is the brow game. Yeah, no calls tonight, everybody. We're going to just go callless. It's like going brawless. You know, we're just letting them fly free tonight, baby. All right? No phone calls. It's like a Boomzies gone wild. All right?
Ooh. T-Rex, a little Super Mario RPG. That's not on my list tonight, but it is such a freaking good game, though. I will say that.
Yeah, on the SNES.
Super Mario RPG. Absolutely love that game.
So then, let us move on here. Landis picked Super Mario 64.
I did. I picked Super Mario 64.
Why did you pick Super Mario 64?
Man, that game was...
But the briefs!
Yeah. It's number one, you're bringing Mario into the 3D world, which was just, you know, you've got this iconic badass character, you know, Mario. Everybody knows, everybody loves. You got him in 3D. You got, you know, you go back to it now, and the camera manipulation really isn't that great to today's standards. But at the time, you're like, holy crap! You know, it was pretty impressive at the time. You know, it really used that funky Nintendo 64 controller, and it really did it well for the time. And essentially, it also was, I believe, one of the first games that allows you to re-enter levels with your new power-ups and your new skills that you've acquired throughout playing the game, and you're able to jump back to those old previous levels, which is now kind of a staple in a lot of games. But I think that might have been the first, at least that was my first experience with that thought and philosophy. So it definitely, a lot of games borrow that.
Clan of the Great with Dragon Warrior got me into RPGs.
Dragon Warrior did?
I know that was a huge thing, because I know everyone's into Final Fantasy, but...
The first one, Dragon Warrior?
The first Dragon Warrior, yeah. Of course, we wasn't known as Dragon Quest, it was Dragon Warrior here on the NES, but yeah, that...
It was Dragon Warrior here until 4, I think. And then we didn't get 5.
I don't know. I'm not that hip, yo. But the first I had picked here, Super Mario Bros., the very first one. This may sound like a shoe-in, of course, but this was the game that got me into gaming. I can remember playing this game at Children's Palace.
Yeah.
Here in town. It's a place called Children's Palace. I don't know if everybody had these. Awesome toy store. But it's called Children's Palace, and I can exactly remember walking in, and here on the corner was a Nintendo Entertainment System. Very first video game that I can never remember. I'd played video games like Ataris, but the very first game that I really attached to and just hooked me, and then...
I think for most people, too.
Yeah.
I don't think that video games would have really... I think that was at a time where the gaming industry was almost dying, was it not?
Well, the gaming industry has fallen down, and the NES is what brought it back up.
Right, and this is a large portion.
Yeah,
it was a very good entry-level game, really solid, really fun for anybody.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it has to be on this list. Has to be.
For me, that's what got me into gaming.
Well, I'd hoped you put it on there, because I didn't put it on there, but I was like, it's kind of,
it's kind of got to be in there.
It
So,
needs to be there. So,
let's move on here. We're looking at
Final Fantasy
7.
7. Yeah. Like I said, this isn't a list of the greatest games ever. This definitely needs to be.
So why is 7 on your list?
Well, number one, it really was. It showed off the power of the PlayStation at the time. You know, Square was with Nintendo for a long portion of time, and they couldn't put this game on a Nintendo 64. They had to go with the disc-based system in it, and it was a big flagship game for Sony. And this was a good entry level for people wanting to play RPGs because it really did a nice job of combining both the really complex, complicated elements of RPG gaming, but made it accessible for players. And so that was, and for a lot of people, this is the first RPG for a lot of people.
I never got Final Fantasy 7, even on the Sony PlayStation. Even when I played it originally, I was like, this looks like crap. The blockiness of the game really, I think 8. When you go into 8, I think they definitely reach their stride graphically.
Well, certainly
with 8.
But here's the thing. I mean, J.K. Spencer nails it on the head here. It's just you can't deny the fact that this brought Final Fantasy and RPGs mainstream. It did, and you cannot deny that. And that's why it has to be. That's why it has to be on this list. It was a huge influence.
I think it's a huge influence.
100%.
I think it's overhyped.
It's not my favorite
Final Fantasy. I think it's way overhyped.
It's not my favorite Final Fantasy.
And I'm glad that it brought people in RPGs. I mean, that's good, but in the same sense, when I hear people, that's all they talk about still when they come to RPGs.
No, I think people,
move beyond the Final Fantasy 7, folks.
But not necessarily. I mean, it can honestly be people's favorite game.
Well, Almighty Squall, great name you would love there. I tried playing Final Fantasy 7 for the first time about a year ago, and I find it very hard to get over the poorly aged graphics.
A lot of people have trouble with any old PlayStation.
Well, on Metal Gear Solid, the same reason. I love it. It did change.
You gotta play it on the GameCube at that point.
But that's why I think Metal Gear Solid 2 is even better in that sense, that I can still go back to it and play it, and it's still fun. So
definitely 7 needs to be on this list. It is a good RPG. It's not my favorite Final Fantasy, but it has to be on this list. Hugely influential.
Okay. Well, for me, it's got to be Donkey Kong Country. For me, this was
tough game.
Tough game, but I rented an SNES just to play this game. It was a Thanksgiving. I remember renting an SNES from Blockbuster and Donkey Kong Country just to play this. For me, as platformers go and Rare goes, this was like the epitome of both platformers and Rare in their prime.
It had a very good visual look
very
to
good.
it, man.
Even now, you go back to it, it's pre-rendered, but I think it still holds up. The music was absolutely amazing. Some of my favorite music of all time, but I think it was such an influential game to me that I had to rent a Super Nintendo to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was, and I remember getting into it, beating K. Cruel, getting all the secrets. And that's all I did that weekend. Bananas. Because I had to play it, and that's when you rented a system back in the day. You played it all day long because you had to return it. I
prefer Donkey Kong 64 though. I do.
Donkey Kong 64 to Donkey Kong Country.
I do. 100%.
Why?
I enjoyed the 3D.
Is the craptastic graphics of Donkey Kong 64
it looked fine
that
and it
make
was
you
fun.
feel?
It looked fine and it was
fun.
This
is the mediocre controls,
and
or
it was the
mediocre design, or
no, whatever. You're such a. He just hates he's just very almost against
Donkey
a lot of
Kong
Nintendo
64.
Yeah,
above
thank you.
Donkey Kong
That's what I said before
DK
this.
Rap.
Don't DK Rap.
No.
DK Rap it up.
DK Rap does not make the game better.
Hell yeah.
Okay? I can
Where
listen.
would the world be without DK Rap?
If you love the DK Rap, go buy a CD. All right? Don't buy this game. Donkey Kong 64 is overhyped and crap. Donkey Kong Country
overhyped and crap.
is amazing.
That's terrible.
Okay,
that's so stupid.
Donkey Kong Country is here. Donkey Kong 64 is down here. Okay, is when Rare was starting to suck up. Okay,
no
Country right up here.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
DK Rap.
DK Rap.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
Yep.
Your pick, sir.
Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda. You know, it's a lot of people say greatest game ever. I mean, brings in the the Z trigger, the Z lock on. You know, almost every game has a lock on at this point now because of that. Big world, fantastic gameplay, fun story, great look to it. Undeniably, I mean, it's on almost every single top 10 games of all time. It's referenced in almost anything. I mean, it has to be on this list.
I never got an Ocarina of Time.
Neither did I.
I played the game, and it was just very it wasn't bad or anything. I played it.
The most I ever got
into
it was
levels
on
and
the
the dungeons
3DS.
and stuff. Just now, I realize it's influential, and I will say it is what game we should give thanks for. I will say that, but as far as the game goes, I can't get into it and play it and enjoy it myself. It just was never.
No, it's never. I preferred the top downs. I prefer what's on your list to play, but other games would not be nearly as fun had this game not come out.
Okay. Well, for me, it's Zelda Link's Awakening. Mm-hmm. I remember going to a Target and buying an ice blue Game Boy Pocket that came with this game on a road trip with my parents. Changed my life. I played that thing the entire time. Of course, the Pocket was great on the batteries, but I remember playing through that multiple times. Amazing game. The music, the levels, the dungeons, and for being a Game Boy game too, it really, for me, revolutionized what handheld gaming means. And before I knew Game Boy, Tetris, even Super Mario Land felt like a GIMP port of Super Mario Brothers. It really wasn't as good, but this is when I played Zelda on the Game Boy, and I felt like, wow, it even looks better than the original Zelda. It's a little more, it's not in color, mind you, except for the DX version, but animations, characters, music, the whole idea of the musical instruments you had to get, absolutely amazing game.
I thoroughly agree. That's my favorite. I like playing it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Very good one. So next up,
Hey Green Wolf.
Hey
Landon. Hey Landon.
Yeah, we gave up on calls, everybody. We're sorry. We're having issues. We're having technical issues. So.
Next time we'll 100% test it up. I don't know.
So Landon's pick.
Yeah. We've kind of already had this argument. One of our previous... Go back and watch one of our previous episodes, like episode 4 or 5, something like that. Which was Halo. Halo has to be on this list. It's 100% influential. Whether or not people hate this game or
Why
love
is
it,
Halo on this list? What did Halo do? I want to know what Halo did to revolutionize.
It revolutionized first-person shooters.
How?
It was the best first-person shooter of the time. It was a flagship title. It was such a solid game. Everything.
What
We've already had this whole fucking episode. We've had this full episode.
Landon, tell me
We've
what
had
it did.
this episode. We have already gone through this entire argument.
It did not do anything new.
Yes, whatever. Okay, look. Anyways, you probably wouldn't have Xboxes anymore. Xbox might not have survived had it not been for the insaneness that Halo was. I mean, the marketing for this game,
stupidity of people.
The marketing for this game was amazing. Like when you see these commercials, you're like, I have to do this, man. Dual joystick control setup, very nice. It did not have customizable buttons, which he's gonna bitch about.
No
constantly,
customizable
whatever.
buttons.
It's the first game where you could throw
30
a grenade.
frames a second.
It's the first game where you could throw a grenade without having to equip it. I think it might have been the first game where it forces you to only hold 2 weapons at a time, which is adds a little bit of strategy to it, adds a realisticness to it, where you're not carrying around like bazookas and all this ridiculous stuff with you. So
it limits you, which is awesome.
It's a good game. It has to be on this list. It spawned so much that it has to be on this influential list.
Well, I would say influenced even more than Halo is GoldenEye. GoldenEye for the 64 by Rare, again.
And what game can you go back right now and still play and enjoy?
Oh, GoldenEye.
Not
Halo.
GoldenEye.
Much more.
Not Gold. You cannot go back and play GoldenEye and really enjoy that game.
I could not
game
enjoy.
is so
I could
frustrating to
not.
go back
I
and
could
play.
not enjoy GoldenEye as much as I used to, but I could sure as heck enjoy it a lot more than Halo. Halo is crap compared to GoldenEye, which hasn't aged all that well. Halo is Dookie.
Whatever. This isn't an argument of which one's better. They're both insanely influential titles.
To me,
Undeniably.
GoldenEye popularized first-person shooters on consoles. Before then, first-person shooters on consoles were not a norm. They were not popular. They were not something people went out to buy. Without GoldenEye, I argue you wouldn't have Halo.
I would argue that almost all first-person shooters take from Halo and not take from GoldenEye. So
Take from Halo?
Yes.
Please.
Almost all.
Please,
Okay.
without GoldenEye, you
No.
would have no Halo.
I don't think that.
You don't
I really
think that?
don't think that. But
You don't
okay,
think
we're
that?
moving on because I really don't think that. But
Now, Doom,
Go
I will
back-
say Doom. Doom's a great game.
Doom's
too,
a good
very
honorable mention.
Yes, very, very influential. All right, moving on now. We've got, for
I said
you,
almost all first-person shooters, not every single first-person shooter.
you're moving on.
Well, okay.
Shadow Hearts.
Shadow Hearts. This is probably my second favorite game ever. It's such a good RPG. The really cool, fun stuff about this. This is kind of more of a personal pick rather than more of a ridiculously influential title. This is very influential to me. I got extremely addicted to this game. It does a really good job of fusing both history. It's got a lot of real play. It takes place in Europe. It takes place in the early 1900s, pre the war. It does a really nice job of fusing that while adding in some of this demonic, more fantasy stuff like that. Fantastic characters, fantastic story. The music is really good. It fits perfectly with it. But the combat system, it uses this. I think it was called a fate circle or a fate ring. So it's not just click and attack, click and attack, click and attack. I mean, there's a skill to it. You get items that changes the way that the fate ring looks, so you get bonuses based on the items that you equip. I love it.
See, I've never played it yet. So
It's a really solid
I can't
game.
state a mean opinion to Landon about this.
It's a really solid game. Like I said, I love it when they incorporate the Judgment Ring. There it is. Fate. I don't know why I called it the Fate Ring. There's Fate in some other game, I guess.
Get
But
it right.
Judgment Ring.
If you love the game, get it right, man.
Oh, come on. Whatever. Come on.
Get your
Come on.
terminology right, yo.
All right, whatever. Thank you, Samurai Sam. But yeah, love it. I would recommend it. The second one is pretty good. The third one is passable, but first one, fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah, you turn into demons and you collect the, it's cool.
It's cool. Yeah. Well, as Taliban said, Shinobi! This was my pick because this is what I feel and still feel is a way to take a great 2D franchise. Shinobi 3 was amazing on the Genesis, and turn it into a 3D title. Absolutely amazing game, 60 frames a second, lightning quick gameplay, amazing, fun to play, hard, but fair, in the sense that you learn through repetition and playing through. I bought this game on a whim from a Best Buy. I had no idea if it was going to be good, but I saw Shinobi, I had some extra cash at the time, I was in college, I'm like, I'm going to try this out, it looks cool. And probably one of the best blind purchases I've ever made. Amazing game.
It's
and,
super cheap now, dude. You can walk out and spend
real
$3
cheap.
and
exactly.
buy it. And it's
very
worth
much
it.
well worth it, and still playable now.
Had that cool scarf.
Yeah, Scar will roll around all
you
the
move so
time.
quick in that game.
Yeah, tough but great. Exactly.
And I would recommend Nightshade as well.
Nightshade
I had
is
a lot of
good.
fun with Nightshade.
I didn't like it as much. The level design, and when they added that extra kick into there, they made like these really platformy, jumpy, where you had to go like dash, dash, kick, hit, dash, kick, and to me it didn't flow as well as the first Shinobi. It's fun, just not as good as the first Shinobi, in my opinion.
No, I'm just saying, I liked it.
So let's see here.
What's
Next
on our
for
list?
you,
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
influential because like it is the most insanely popular iPhone game. Like it's just absolutely blown up. It's gotten people into it's kind of, I would say, almost like your gateway drug into mobile gaming, iPhone and Android gaming, certainly. Maybe it's not the greatest.
See, and
I'm getting so much. Every single game that I put on this list, I
can't
get
agree
shit
with you on
for.
Angry Birds. I mean, yeah, it's influential. I
And that's what
wonder
this list
how
is.
we're gonna look at it 10 years from now, though.
You're gonna look at it as it's a gateway into mobile gaming.
I don't know. I think that's too early to say. I think it's
say.
too early to say.
Too early to say.
I do. I think a lot of these titles,
500,000 downloads later or
but I think
whatever.
a lot of these titles we've seen the influence they've had over the course of 5 to 10 years. Come back to me in 2015, 2020, and we'll see truly what the influence of this game is. I still think it's too soon to see the real effects that Angry Birds. Hey, I'm with Rue. I don't know. I just don't. I think it's too early.
Okay, whatever. Whatever.
You've given up. It's like I've resigned myself.
I can't win. I can't win with anybody. It's just whatever. I still stand by it. I think it's influential. So whatever.
Well, I'm going to have to say the first Donpachi for the arcades. I can remember, this is personally a big influence to me, because I can remember going to the arcade place here in town called Copper Cube, and they had a bunch of arcade games. And Eric and I, my buddy, would always go around playing the games, and we can remember passing by one of these games, okay? And we pass by, and all we hear is Donpachi! And we're like, what the, put a quarter in that, let's see what this is. And after that, we played one of the craziest shmups at the time, this huge laser, huge beams, completely different from growing up playing like Raiden and R-Type and Gradius, very kind of small, slower pace. This was just insane. And from there began our love with the bullet hell, Japanese, cave-esque shmups. And without Donpachi, we might have found out about that. Oh yeah, Ern guys, how do you say that?
Guys. I don't know, that's how I say it.
Yeah, exactly. But but it is one of the games that got me into shmups. So very much enjoyed it, very much. All right, so next, Landon.
What do we got next? Grand Theft Auto 3. You're gonna argue Grand Theft Auto 3 as well?
Oh, that's a terrible game.
I don't even know what to think of you anymore.
Awful. One of my most hated games of all time. Awful.
Oh my god. I don't understand this. How is this not an influential title?
Maybe it's influential for people, but I played it and the gameplay wasn't engaging. He jumped like a fool. He jumped up, he's like, woo, woo. Jumped all weird.
I don't understand you. I don't.
Just average gameplay, glitchy. But it was open world and people love that stuff. And I tell you, when I worked at Games, or at that time, EB Games at the time, we could have built a fort out of all the used copies of Grand Theft Auto 3 we have. Let me tell you. You have given up, huh?
Everybody in the chat, most everybody in this chat can understand why it's on this list.
I understand it's influential.
That's what we're having this fucking list for.
But I cannot understand why it's influential for other people. I don't think it should be influential. I think it was a terrible game that got overhyped because it's violent and there's open world and you can do stuff, but it's not quality, in my opinion. Don't give up, Landon. Don't give up, Landon. Fight. Come on, fight me.
Whatever. This is ridiculous. I don't understand. Dude, it's an open world sandbox game. It was one of the first ones that it played fucking good, man.
The first GTA is great. Compared to the other two. Well,
you had
2 was good.
You
You
had so much fun in the story, and you had unlimited amount of fun outside of just the story, just running around.
But see what happens with Grand Theft Auto to me?
It had fantastic codes built into it.
You just blow around and blow up stuff, and it just
so it's not a good game for you, man. It's not a good game for you. Yes, San Andreas is a better game, but none of these games would be here without Grand Theft Auto 3. It's hugely influential. It redefined how games should be played and how you could imagine sandbox titles. You wouldn't have Arkham City had it not been Grand Theft Auto 3.
Well, thank you for that, Grand Theft Auto 3. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Okay, whatever. What's the next on your stupid list?
Stupid, poopy,
don't get this.
Duty list.
Whatever.
Well, me, sir, it'd be a very influential game. If we're talking about destruction, boys and girls, Metal Slug. That's right, the first Metal Slug, the game that got me into the Neo Geo, got me into playing this wonderful system, SNK, blew me away. I'd never played an arcade game like this. Detailed graphics. I remember the first time I shot a guy and he just was bleh, blood everywhere, hyper violent for the time, great controls. I mean, it was just Contra on crack. And it's what got me into the Neo Geo, and ever since this one, I've absolutely loved SNK in the Neo Geo, so thank you, Metal Slug. And Samurai Showdown, exactly. Run and gun, baby. We love it. I would say, and for me, they're saying it's influential. I would say it's influential because Metal Slug, for me, was influential personally, but I also think it popularized SNK and the Neo Geo name, along with Samurai Shodown and a few other titles. But anytime I mention Neo Geo, Metal Slug is one of those games that everybody always brings up. I always hear people go, oh, Metal Slug, Metal Slug, Metal Slug, Metal Slug. If I mention Neo Geo, a lot of the other titles people don't remember, and I think that was one of the more influential titles for people, in my personal opinion.
Yes, those guys are never sure. We're going to kind of do probably a little honorable mentions coming up, because there's to limit things to 10, and then also include some of the personal stuff. Like we're on our 10 here.
We're on 9.
We're on 9?
We're 9. Right now, we're on 9.
Oh,
Landon, World of Warcraft.
Okay, yeah, World of Warcraft. I don't play this currently, but I have played it, extensively for a period of time. It has to be on this list. It is widely the most popular MMORPG. It is kind of the standard. It has set the industry standard for massively multiplayer online role-playing games. It's essentially like an iPhone. It's just like it's kind of unfair in this sense, but people do it anyways. If there's a new MMO, we just did it last week's episode. If there's a new MMO, how is this going to compare to World of Warcraft?
I avoid WoW like Gandalf avoided the One Ring, I think. Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, it has to be on this list. It's a ridiculously influential
And I will
title.
agree with Landon.
So
I don't play World of Warcraft. I'm not interested in playing World of Warcraft, but I can completely understand its influence. EverQuest was huge, but World of Warcraft eclipsed it in every way and has become part of. I would think it's so influential. It's become part of just the lexicon of human language. I mean, you can talk to anybody, even people who aren't gamers. You can mention World of Warcraft, and they can probably tell you,
most people,
or somebody they know, or they understand what it is. I mean, when you become part of a South Park episode, you've made it. You know, you've made it. You've made it popular.
I mean, I would say at the very least, it has set an industry standard for MMOs, 100%. So
yeah, exactly. Well, for me, I would have to be Resident Evil 4. I never liked the Resident Evil series. I thought the tank controls were awful in 1 through 3. Blocky graphics. It was a very blah experience. But when 4 came out, that changed the game. Folks over at Capcom, Shinji Mikami, of course, who now has become one of the most, I feel, influential game designers, programmers, producers out there, in my personal opinion. Great game. They redid the Resident Evil. They put it in third person, and I know there's been a lot of hubbub lately where some people are saying, wow, we would really like to see the Resident Evil in the old style, in a different, the cool new graphics, but the different old perspective. But I think it did great putting it in the third person. The gameplay was there. The atmosphere was there. Controlled, just amazing. Looked great. I mean, everything about Resident Evil 4 is what got me into the series. Before then,
it's becoming like probably one of the most remade games possible.
Exactly.
I got it on my iPhone. It plays pretty good.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, really.
I mean, it is totally remade, but it's an amazing game, and I do think it brought people into the horror genre that wouldn't have been into it previously. Because third person, and also
it's all about the accessibility.
Without Resident Evil, Gears of War would have not been what it is. Because it popularized the third person behind the camera system. Without that, even Cliff Bleszinski said he was inspired Gears of War's perspective by Resident Evil. So again, directly responsible for inspiring other games that are huge franchises now. So I think it did a lot for the third person genre on top of everything else.
It's all about the accessibility.
Exactly, accessibility. So then let's talk about 10th here.
Yep.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Me,
Are we surprised, ladies and gentlemen?
Somebody could probably guess this. For me, yeah, Final Fantasy VIII. Obviously, this is probably a bit more of a personal pick, more influential for me than it might have been for the gaming industry. This is almost, for some people, it's like the black sheep of the Final Fantasy crew, but I absolutely love this game.
Final Fantasy VIII, boo!
Yeah. I'm going to start off with music for this game. The music by Nobuo Uematsu was absolutely spot on. Perfect. He does such a fantastic job with all other soundtracks, all the other games that he touches, but for me, this was so perfect. This is the soundtrack was actually so damn good that the song "Eyes on Me" was the first video game in history.
Eyes on me, eyes on me.
Okay. Anyways, like I was trying to say there for a second, it's the first ever video game in history to win a music award, the Japan Gold Disc Awards. My understanding is it's essentially the Grammys for Japan. It won Game of the Year, no less. Not just video game, soundtrack,
so
song
you feel,
of the year,
is it influential
like
for you, or in gaming in general, or both?
What the
Final Fantasy VIII. I mean, you're just saying because the soundtrack?
I would say, well, I got more arguments
Okay.
than just the soundtrack. I'm just saying, like I said, I'm starting here. But for me, this is, I'd say, definitely more of a personal pick. Yeah,
Okay.
100%. But yeah, soundtrack, amazing. Absolutely love it. Listen to it all the time. For me, also, this was...
Thank God Final Fantasy VIII wasn't influential in gaming.
Whatever. This was, for me, the first Final Fantasy that your characters were kind of more life-size, more
Not
lifelike. So it wasn't like going from 7 to 8. I didn't play 8. Wasn't my first Final Fantasy. A lot of people are like, oh, you like Final Fantasy 8 just because it was your first one. It wasn't. 7 was my first, but I loved 8 more because I could relate to the characters more because they felt more realistic. They were the right proportion.
Now, somebody there, I've heard a new rumor or a new story explanation that part of what explains the story is Squall. Maybe, I don't know if you've not played this, but he's dead. That's an idea people have had in their heads, and they explain a little bit of the story. That Squall is dead.
The cool thing about this game is that Square left it for you. They gave a lot of trust to their viewers. At the very end, there's essentially like a 15-minute cutscene at the end, and it doesn't necessarily like really clear things up for you. There's like a montage of stuff that happens,
right?
And it's just kind of left up to the viewers, kind of like, what did that necessarily mean? They put a lot of trust in the viewers and the public that are playing this game. And I mean, it's so cool because I mean, you have to almost transcend time and space to do this final battle. And I mean, I'm not going to ruin stuff for anybody.
Whoa.
But it's such like the story in this game was so much fun. I mean, you're in space for a period of time. It's so cool. It had such a cool looking. For me, it was one of the Final Fantasies that had the first like truly unique and truly original look and feel to it. It didn't base heavily in medieval times. It didn't base heavily in like pre-industrial times. It was very unique. I mean, Balam Gardens was such a unique looking, not town, but a school and area in your starting area. It just had such a cool, unique look to it. The clothing had some really unique stuff to it too. Let's see. I love the cinematics to it. They are far, far superior from the previous Final Fantasies at the time. Big upscale in that. But yeah, just all of it. The lead up to the end. A lot of people didn't like. You'd transfer from playing as Squall and his crew to then going and playing as Laguna and his crew. But I liked playing that other aspect of it. I absolutely loved it. So. More of a personal pick, but I do think the music was highly influential. It was a big step forward in cinematics, a big step forward in storytelling to me, and a very unique look for a Square title.
Okay. Well, for me, it would have to be Sonic 2 on the Genesis. That game was the game I could not wait to have. I played Sonic 1, the reason I bought a Genesis, and I remember seeing, I don't know if you remember the ad, they had Robotnik's hand over a 2, crushing the 2 and Sonic and Tails backward to you. It wasn't like the cover, Sonic and Tails backward to you, and they were talking about the sequel, and it was just, Sonic Team amazing. And I remember playing it, and the music, the level design, Sonic 2 is my all-time favorite Sonic game, but I feel it set the bar, and in a way it's kind of sad to see where Sonic's gone. It's gone really downhill, but for me, Sonic 2 is that bar where it was all set. That was 90s 16-bit Genesis encapsulated for me,
and they just can't go back to it.
And they can't go back to it. But it felt just completely fleshed out. I don't know what else I can say about it. It's just a great game. Felt like a true sequel to the first one. You had the spin dash where you could spin down. And then after that, Sonic 3 was good. Sonic Knuckles was good, but I think Sonic 2, in my heart, I still remember the last level. I remember the last. When you beat the game, the ending music was enthralling. Even for a Genesis, which I know is not known for the sound chip like the Super Nintendo is. But I was still absolutely enthralled by the music. And that's why I feel it's in one of the most influential games. Just because when I think of Sonic and Sonic Team, I think of Sonic 2 and I say, where have you gone, Sonic Team? Where have you gone? Why? Why do you suck? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
You've given up tonight.
No,
You've absolutely given up.
I'm chatting over here.
You've just given up.
No, well,
you have.
You've been a jerk.
You've given up the battle.
Like
that's how we do it. Like I say something and you're like, no, I will defend the cause. But today you've just been like, oh no, just do whatever you want to me.
No. Like 8 of my 10 picks have just been like, what? I'm like, oh, come on, man. All right, so.
Well, and by the way, I didn't mention this first, but our music of tonight is from Metal Slug 3. This is our featured music tonight, which I did talk about Metal Slug a little bit, but good old Metal Slug 3. Love that soundtrack, and decided to put that in for this week. Well, and of course, if we got anybody else who's got some... We had some honor mentions. We were talking about Street Fighter 2.
Yeah,
that was very influential, I think.
I think along the fighting style, too. Mortal Kombat 1, or actually, probably Mortal Kombat 2, because that was the better one of it. That should be on this list as well.
I would say the first Mortal Kombat's more influential. Mortal Kombat 2 improved, and I like personally better. But Mortal Kombat, as far as the not only in the fighting engine, but the violence conversation and all that debate, before then, there was no issue like it was with Mortal Kombat.
It was one of those games that really was pushing the boundaries, and you look back at it like, how did this push the boundaries? But it did.
At the time, it did. And I would agree, Street Fighter 2, I remember playing the crap out of that. A lot of these picks were personal picks for me, so some of those personal picks superseded industry influences or industry picks that influenced. I'm personally a little Street Fightered out at the moment, so maybe I'm jaded. I don't know, but
like we've said it a couple times in the chat, I think Super Mario RPG should probably, for me, it should be on there too. Like it was such a unique kind of combination. I think it was weird to be able to have Bowser on your side too. You know, it was kind of a cool little idea to it.
Well, and it's a Square developed
mm-hmm.
Nintendo franchise, which at the time I remember hearing about and like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, when you thought of games not developed by Nintendo, we would later on get Zelda CDI games and go, oh Lord, do we miss the days of Square and Super Mario RPG? So
this was one of my first RPGs. I would play it with a buddy of mine, Travis, and like all the time, just like, hey, let's play some Mario RPG. Let's do this. You know?
Well, they're talking about Capcom vs. SNK, influence company crossovers. Well, I'd say going even back to Marvel vs. Capcom, even before then, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Children of the Atom, that whole, when you had X-Men vs. Street Fighter, that's really when the crossover started. Before then, there really wasn't anything in there. Age of Empires and Doom. Yeah, Doom does deserve a mention. That's a good mention. That's when you think of first-person shooters.
Yeah,
can't talk about first-person shooters without Doom
in general.
And
I'm trying to look at my wall, see if there's anything else that's up here that should probably be chatted
about. You can't go back now. Yeah, X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Yeah, King of Fighters. That's another one. Yeah. That's a crossover series, which isn't really thought of as a crossover series this day. It's attained its own name. It's the King of Fighters. But before, when King of Fighters 94 came out, that was a big idea, bringing in the Art of Fighting SNK characters all together into one. Pokemon, again, there's so many.
Yeah, Pokemon probably, yeah.
Minecraft, well, that's a good point. Minecraft will be influential in the future. I've never seen so many people download and play a beta.
Yeah.
As I have that. That was nuts. And now we finally have the release of it. So, well, shall we talk about, sir, next week? Yeah. I just love have you completely given up.
I have not completely given up.
I think you have.
I fought for my stuff.
No, you really didn't.
Yeah,
you kind of just laid back.
You just blew me away with your Grand Theft Auto 3 thing. I still am just like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you didn't see it coming. Why surprise you? Well, next week we're going to be talking about OMG to graphics. As video game consoles continue to advance, what will happen when we finally hit the fidelity ceiling? Kind of talking about we looked at movies and we talked about Shrek. Shrek was a movie that they had to graphically tone down. They couldn't make it as good as the 3D was possible because if they did, it would look too realistic. It wouldn't look the style they want. So we're going to talk about after this generation, into the next one, and after that, when we hit that graphic fidelity. Because so many things, especially from 8-bit to 16-bit, have been about graphics. And then after we got sound to CD quality, do you hear anybody argue about, well, what has the best sound? No one says what has the best sound. Everybody has CD, Dolby Digital quality.
No, I think it's
sound.
Just from that point, it's just been improving voice acting.
Well, voice acting. But as far as the fidelity of the on-system sound, you can't get any better.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's where we're going to look at the graphics. What happens when we hit that ceiling? We're no longer having a comparison. How our company is going to fight for games, because we're not just going to be talking about, hey, I've got the PS3, I got the best graphics. Where is that going to leave us? And once we reach a point, are we going to scale back in graphics? Do we see more retro? Where's this all gonna go once we hit that graphic ceiling of loveliness?
Diablo. I agree. I think Diablo should be on this as well. That's a good honorable mention.
What, Diablo? Yeah, that's a good one. I never got into that.
Diablo 1 was fantastic. Diablo 2 was even better.
Are you excited for Diablo 3?
Beyond excited.
Beyond excited.
Oh my god, it's gonna be great.
Okay.
I like the color added to it.
Exactly, Anthony. War of aesthetics, and we're talking. Once that war is no longer valid, I think it's going to make a huge change for the video game industry. We talk about some of the implications. So be here next week. By the way, for those of you who are new to Boomzies, if you haven't ever watched us here, of course, you can check us out every Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, or give us a follow here on Justin.tv. And, of course,
we do other cool things.
Yes.
We have a website.
It's
pretty cool.
Substance-TV did just a big article over there about a new indie game that you're going to want to check out. Go to the site, Substance-TV. Great new indie game you're going to want to check out. If you like Resident Evil, Metroid, and Castlevania games, you're going to want to check that out. It's called Project Black Sun. Really, really fun game that I did a little highlight and video up for you to check out.
And we're on Twitter and Facebook.
So that's right. Just on Twitter, at Substance TV. Facebook, look us up by Substance TV as well. And check us out. And by the way, if you're on YouTube or anything else, subscribe to us, love us, be with us.
We'll get our phone working next time.
We will get our phone working next time.
It'll be smoother. We had a really good 21, and 22 kind of...
22 kind of just went down. But hey, it is 22.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the double digits.
22 is... the age is always more anticlimactic.
And it's a catch-22. Remember?
Yeah.
And this was the catch-22 of Boomzies. So, next week, I think will be a great conversation. I think we'll be even better.
Yep.
I don't think there's a way it can't be better. Do you?
Wait, it can't be better? It'll have to be better.
It'll have to be better?
Yeah. Than 22? Next week?
Possibly.
It has to be.
We hope so. So anyway,
thanks for showing up.
For Brian
and Landon,
we'll see you guys next week for another episode of Boomzies.
See ya.